welcome to the first presentation of the plant-based processing series. The first presentation here is about designing the sustainable process line. Today, in this presentation, you will learn about innovation, flexibility, life cycle approach, and our innovation centers, which can help you to design your new plant-based beverage and how we can bring the value to it. First of all, something about me. I am Pranav Shah. I am Global Market Director working with SPX Flow since last 12 years out of 20 years in the food and dairy industry. My responsibilities are plant-based, dairy and beverages. I have a bachelor's degree in dairy technology and master's in business administration. My current profile is working on NPDs, on R&Ds, doing collaboration partnerships, meeting lots of plant-based manufacturers around the world, collaborating with them on their new recipes and developing the processes as they need. So hopefully your 30 minutes that you will spend today, you will learn lots of things. And please remember to tune in for other presentations of this series where we will be focusing on each aspect of process in details. What is our purpose? Our purpose is to improve the world through innovative and sustainable solutions. Before we move ahead from this point, I would like to remind you that being audience member, you might not have audio or visual possibilities. Please use the Q&A feature of this webinar platform where you can put your questions as they arise in your mind. And I will do my best to cover all the questions by the end of webinar. If I'm not able to do that because of time constraint, then I will reach out to you personally on your email. So please leave your email in the question if I'm not able to answer you. Or you also reach out to me on my email or on my phone number. So today's agenda: why plant-based alternative, the environmental impact, and the nutrition it brings to us. What are the challenges in plant-based processing and how we help you to overcome with our value propositions? Sustainable life cycle solutions, oat beverage flowchart, very easy to understand as an example. So if you are looking for other raw material to use, you can get the idea. And in our other presentations, we will also be showing you other examples. Today, we take only one example in lieu of the time that we have. And we'll also show you our innovation centers across the globe where we can support you and our partnership programs. So let's go ahead. So having a glance on retail market outlook. Pre-COVID, the growth was pretty optimistic, 10 to 11%, which slumped a bit during COVID times, but now it's coming back pretty fast. So from 23 to 28, we are seeing the growth rate of 7% on compounded average growth rate. On the right side of the graph, what we see, other plant-based beverages, meaning non-soy beverages, they are growing at the highest rate. And there is also growth that we see on plant-based yogurts, plant-based cheeses, which I am covering in another presentation as a part of this series. So please stay tuned in and register for the second part also. If we see the geographical market and how they are performing, other plant-based beverages like oat, almond, rice, etc., they are having very healthy growth rate in North America, followed by Europe, and then rest of Asia Pacific. While soy drink, historically, they are very strong in rest of Asia Pacific, where they are also still growing. And as the volumes are pretty big, even the small percentage accounts into real big growth in terms of value, dollar value. Followed by Middle East, Africa, and Europe. While for plant-based yogurt, the last graph below, you see Europe and North America, they will be leading because those are more value-added products. And once in the market, when the plant-based beverage market is getting saturated, then it starts moving into more value-added segment. So not only on the plant-based yogurts, but we are seeing very healthy growth rates on plant-based cheeses, for example, plant-based frozen desserts like ice creams, plant-based ingredients. And those are covered in my second presentation as a part of this series. Moving ahead for this presentation, what are we heading towards? If we talk on beverages, non-dairy beverages are moving from very basic focus, the taste, look, feel, and of course the sustainability were very basic focus and they're still there. But your consumers are demanding something more from you as a manufacturer. And that's where we come into picture as a supplier. So if your consumer is focused more on nutrition, on functional gap, on clean label, not to use any sweeteners, sugars, stabilizers, emulsifiers, and have great taste, how can we do that? That is where we, with our know-how, with our innovation centers, with our equipment, know-how, and technology, we can help you in developing that. Not only that, we are now moving to non-dairy beverage 3.0, where we are going very closer to cow milk and even beyond cow milk in terms of increased digestibility, high protein content, more fibers. And how we do this is exactly what we are talking ahead in the presentation. Looking at the environmental impact, very quick comparison on the left side. If you see the pink chart, here we are comparing the dairy milk with other plant-based alternatives. The emissions in terms of greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide and methane, land use in terms of square meter per cattle, and per ounce or per kg of milk produced, and the water usage in liters. If you compare dairy with oat, for example, or with soy, you can see significant difference. And on the right side, if you see the nutritional comparison, here we are comparing in ounce. So we are comparing around 225 grams of milk. In calories, carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, if you go down with the green blocks and compare with soy and oat, very similar level of nutrition with very less environmental impact. And that is why lots of people, they are currently considering plant-based beverages as an option. Not only that, the drivers are different. For example, the people who are not able to digest bovine milk or cow milk due to protein allergy, due to lactose intolerance, we need to provide nutrition for them. The population is growing. By 2050, there will be 9.8 billion people on the planet, and we will be needing 7,400 calories extra than what we have now. That is the reason why we have to bring in additional nutrition which is liked by the consumers and that is environmental friendly and nutritious at the same time. You as a manufacturer do face challenges in the plant-based processing, and we know that because we have been talking with the manufacturer. Normally it starts with taste, color, stability, flavor, which are the most important things that need to be in place. The raw material handling and processing cost, the optimization on those, as well as the life cycle support and life cycle cost throughout the value chain. That are the challenges that you face. Not to forget the ever changing regulations, which are becoming more and more stringent. The CIP protocols, the allergen protocols, cleanability, automation, flexibility. Those are the challenges which you face, and we are here to support you on all these challenges with our know-how and with our people who are having expertise with tackling those challenges. And how we do that? We do that with our own equipment. We are original equipment manufacturer for many critical building blocks of your processing line, starting from valves and pumps, mixers and blenders, homogenizers and dispersion equipment, heat exchangers, thermal treatments like UHT, membrane technologies, evaporation spray drying, CIP systems, and pigging systems. It is not just the equipment that we provide to you, but we provide you a solution. We provide you end-to-end processing line. We are there with you from concept, from design, from supply, installation, commissioning, and then supporting throughout the life cycle with our original spares and support. So those equipment which you saw on the previous slide, you will see them being fit here in the flowchart. This is an example of a flowchart where we are showing you oat-based beverage. When you start with the grains, you have to grind them first. Then there are two tanks here. We call them as bioreactor tank, where we put some enzymes. Specifically in this case, we use alpha amylase and amyloglucosidase. One is to reduce the viscosity, other one is to give natural sweetness to the product. So you don't have to add sugar, for example. Then it passes through decanter. We remove the fibers. It goes to the standardization tanks where you can add any additives if you want to add. And the final treatment here is a UHT infusion treatment. This is just an example, but depending on what raw material you want to use, if it is soy, we need blanching and then we grind it. If it is oats or cashew, it starts with the paste, for example, normally. So there are many different ways depending on which raw material you choose. But here we are showing you a very simple diagram of oat-based processing. All the equipment, the critical ones which you see on the flowchart, they are our own design. We manufacture at our own manufacturing sites. And wherever we do not have those equipment, we have very strong partnership, not only on the equipment side, but also, for example, on ingredient side, on R&D side. And I will show you a slide where we are showing academic and industrial partners to give you end-to-end processing line and to give you a wholesome solution for your upcoming project. We in SPX Flow believe in partnering with your new project, starting from design and concept. If you have new recipe in your mind, if you want to start testing it, we do offer market assessment possibilities, profiling, making the product test, the recipe test, developing a prototype for you, along with you at our innovation center. We do sensory analysis in-house. You can also bring back the samples to your place and do the consumer testing. And we have the laboratories in the innovation center which can do full analysis of the finding. So all the physical analysis and sensory evaluation can be done at our innovation centers. Where do we have those innovation centers? We have all around the globe. Wherever you are located, we are there to support you. There are 26 plus locations to collaborate on your challenges. Our system innovation centers are located in Denmark and France, mainly for European region, in Gatsville for US, in Zidu for China. For Middle East Africa, we have one in Dubai. And all those innovation centers are equipped with possibilities of doing the trials and tests on the plant-based applications. So you are welcome to reach out to us and we will find a solution. We will assign a test engineer who can deal with your toughest challenges and come out with the solutions that you will not like to miss. This slide shows our partnership and our focus on filling the gaps where we are not present or we want to be more strong and bring you the full solution. The industrial partners we have are on ingredients, on plant-based cultures, the bacteria cultures, functional fats, functional starch, enzymes, on decanters, on ice cream freezers if you want to make plant-based frozen desserts or plant-based ice creams. On academic side, we have our collaborations and ecosystem partnerships with universities, with R&D centers, and with some possibilities of doing joint R&Ds with R&D houses. So this was a very basic introduction to give you an idea of our offerings, but all the process pieces that we discuss in this presentation are discussed in much more details in each of the upcoming presentations as a part of this webinar series. So please register yourself and you will see More details on extraction part, mixing, homogenization, heat exchangers, UHT treatment, membrane filtration, CIP, and plant-based applications like fermented products, ice creams, and ingredients. So, as we say in SPX, each day is the Earth Day. Thank you for your time, and please come up with your questions, which I will try my best to answer. If I'm not able to answer those, then I will take up and reply to you personally from my email. Thank you so much.
So hello and good morning, good afternoon from wherever you are joining. And thank you for sending all the questions throughout the webinar. I can take few questions until the time permits, and then I will reply to you on your emails once I get your contact details from those questions. So the first question here is about, do you have recent references? And if yes, with which raw materials? The answer to that question is that yes, we do have many recent references. In fact, few of the references we have are repeated references with uh, global players within Europe, within Asia Pacific, within America. And we do work with lots of raw materials. One of the examples that you saw here was oat. Historically, soy has been very popular raw material on the plant-based applications, but now we are seeing more and more raw materials coming up. Oat is one of the examples. Almonds, cashews, pea proteins. So we do work with all of those. And new generation raw materials are also coming up where the customers, they do come to us and we do joint trials at our innovation centers. Here, either it's in Silkeborg in Denmark or in Memmirol in France. We also have possibility to do it in Zidu in China and in Dubai, also in US. So there are repeated references with the customers and with many raw materials. The second question here is about, can the same processing plant run multiple raw materials? And this we get a lot of this question from our customers, because the flexibility in the plant is something which is the main driving force of for our customer to put new investment in. So we do design the plant that are highly flexible. Once we know initially during the designing phase that what the customer needs, then we take care to make the pre-processing line in such a way that it can handle lots of raw materials. It can be beans, it can be grains, it can be greens. And then the downstream line that can be utilized as a common line. For example, the mixing line or the final heat treatment. So those can be used as a common. The main difference is in the pre-processing, the way you grind it, for example, if the blanching is needed or not needed, if the fine grinding is needed, if the decantation is needed or not. So that the possibility is there to make the plant flexible. But if we know early during the design phase, then it will be better for us to do it in a better way. Another question is that what are the solutions aside from decanter to remove the fibers and materials from the product? So this is a very good question, and this is a very futuristic question. In fact, decantation is one of the ways how we remove the fibers. Now, there are ways in which we have started looking into, do you really want to remove the fibers, or there is a possibility to make the product with small, very small fragmented fibers, which you can still keep it in fact. So you get more yield, you get faster return on investment, you reduce the waste. So there are possibilities, and there is a process that we know, which we can talk into details. Whoever has raised this question, if your question is more regarding using the whole bean and increasing the yield, then we can discuss it further and we can talk on further details. So it is possible to do that. Another question is, what equipment do you have available for handling and dosing paste materials, for example, cashew and almond pastes? When you get the cashew and almond pastes, it depends on what type of containers they are coming in. Are they coming in some type of bag-in box? Are they coming in some type of IBC? So we can Depending on the pumpability, we do have various type of pumping solution. For example, positive displacement pumps. We also have something called pigging and scraping system where the piping can be scraped off so you don't lose the raw material that is coming. But once we know more that how you are procuring, are you getting the whole nuts, the cashew or almonds, and then you are making your own paste and then want to push it out, or you are getting it as a raw material in some kind of special container and you want to get it out? It depends on that. For us we need to know from which point it is to be transported to what point and how you are receiving it. So we have a couple of solutions which we have implemented in the field, and I think we will be able to help you on that. Another question is, do you support Saudi? Yes, we do support Saudi, and we were there in March, April, where we did a big customer innovation seminar there. We have our office in Dubai, which is supporting the whole of Middle East. So in case you have some specific inquiry, specific question, then please reach out to me. I will connect you with our colleagues in Dubai office. And we also have a colleague who is actually located in Riyadh. So our colleague can come and meet you after calling you at your comfortable time. Another question is, how do I book a test at your innovation center? Normally, our innovation centers are getting booked around 2 months early. So if you are planning a test, it is better to start planning early, at least 2 months in advance, and then keep us informed about what you want to do, what are the process you want to test, what are the different options you want to test. So some of the equipment, if we don't have at the same innovation center, then we need some time to ship it there between the country or between the cities. So you are welcome to book a test, and please do it in advance, about 2 months before, so we have some time to procure the raw material. If you are sending the raw material from your country, then we need some time to get it clear from the customs here, which takes little time sometimes. So if we plan well in advance, it is very much possible to do it, and you are welcome to contact us for that. One of the questions here is about sustainability and asking how sustainable is your process. So like you, our customers, we are also looking into sustainability goals. We are currently forming a charter to be net zero by 2040. So we have started looking into scope 1 and scope 2 in terms of sustainability. Whatever solution we will offer to you, our aim is that our solution will be innovative, flexible, and sustainable. So it will be helping you to reduce your carbon footprint, whether it is utilizing the oil or gas, reducing the losses, increasing the uptime, and making it as sustainable as possible. So we work with you on your sustainability goals and offer you the plant which will help you to attain those sustainable goals. Another question here is about why UHT is selected as the final heat treatment and not any other. So ultra high treatment is chosen because the plant-based raw material, they do come with lots of bacterial load, because they are, in case of milk, it is more organized, it is collected without touching hands, automatic milking parlors. In case of plant-based raw materials, it is coming from the farm. So it has lots of load, bacterial load, and we have seen that UHT is one of the heat treatment which can help to very fast to reduce the enzymatic activities in the raw material, but it can also help you to get a better kill rate, better log reduction of bacteria. So in whatever initial load is coming, by UHT, we can efficiently reduce the bacteria going into the final product, and with the minimum chemical damage, with the minimum nutritional damage. So normally the UHT process is designed to offer you what you need in terms of B star and C star value. So B star is the bacterial log reduction, and C star is the damage in terms of the chemical damage, the vitamin loss. In case of plant-based, we have seen you can also go for tubular type of heat treatment. But in the tubular heat treatment, to achieve the similar temperature levels, the time required will be higher. So the residence time of the product at higher temperature will be high, and it will cause changes in the flavor, in the color. It will also cause higher damage in terms of chemical changes compared to UHT, and that is why we recommend to go with the UHT specifically for plant-based applications. And I think we are reaching the end of the time, so I will really like to thank you for your time and tuning in to listen to us. Please fill the feedback form that will be sent to you after the webinar. The webinar is recorded, so you can tune in anytime to listen it again, and also pass the link to your colleagues, to your team colleagues to listen it. Thank you so much.